man.
Facts. So we'll see if that hits or not.
Right. So,
but I'll keep y'all posted on that. Okay. So I'm assuming we are not going to do the quick time 5 minutes. So we are already going into this, correct? AB?
YouTube, and you sound better for some reason. Now you do sound pretty good. But what were you saying just now?
I said, are we jumping straight into this, or we?
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, yeah. Let's go ahead and get right into it. So we're gonna just take a look at this Bitcoin before we get into anything else. You know, Big Daddy Bitcoin. Got to take a look at that, and P is gonna go ahead and break that down on his computer. I'm also gonna be looking at Bitcoin on my computer, as well as see if I have any type of different bias. But
good shit.
For the most part, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be saying very similar things to what P is going to say.
All right. So on Bitcoin weekly, okay, we're coming into this 50 period moving average where it looks like it could be holding under. I mean, we are in a very much bear market right now, everyone. Let's not forget that. But there is this little sign of strength that we see. Definitely something, you know, we're not going to not note it. The volume did pick up here. The, you know, last supply candle that we have here did get broken. So, you know, there is some possibility, some sign of strength here that we're definitely not just going to let go of. The last time the market kind of was in a super bear market, and it did a similar move. So this is kind of where I'm comparing it to if we are in a bullish market, or going to go into a bullish market rather, kind of somewhere right here, right where we came off these lows. We got close to that 50 EMA and it struggled, but ultimately it broke through and won the battle to the upside. So that's kind of where I feel like we are right now with Bitcoin, in a similar spot, right? Not necessarily, you know, exactly the same by any means, but it's in a similar spot. If the bulls do come to play, this thing is gone, because we have assessed the volume profile many of times, showing how there's just nothing here. So the market will essentially, if it does not hold here, it's going to bust straight through, probably all the way into this level, into like 33, and then from there, the lack of the ease of movement that it will take to get it to 40 to 50, it really could be just boom boom boom. But we're not 100% bullish, not even close yet. Actually, it's just like a 50-50 chance that, you know, this could be the start. There's some statistics backing up that this could be the start, but ultimately, until this 50 EMA gets claimed on the weekly, like a big candle that breaks it and holds it, will I even truly be bearish? In fact, on the lower time frames, be bullish. On the lower time frames, we had called out this distribution here, and now we're getting this move down. We should see one more move to the downside, bare minimum, coming back into this kind of middle of this area right here, down into this volume level. So that's kind of where I see the market coming down at least one more time. And then from there, we'll have to assess if this is kind of like a pullback, or if this is really going to start a kind of a downtrend. So Bitcoin definitely did do this nice move up. So like I said, we're not just letting that go. I know a lot of people are just like, the bears are gonna step in and just kill it. Well, they don't know that. They don't know that the market could just hold right here. The market held right here before, so it definitely could hold here again. And that's how we're assessing this. It made a very nice move up from the lows And let's bring out this tool actually, because it'll stay on the chart. So from the FTX low, and there was a little bit lower low than that, it ended up making a 56% move to the upside, and that's huge. So you definitely want to keep that in mind. The last bull run, it did not do that much. It didn't even I don't even think it did 40%. I think we looked at it last night and it was like 30 something percent. So this is the last bull run that, started this move up, and it did 35%. So this actually is showing that strength. Let's get a whole lot more in it. Jesus. This is showing the strength versus this. So yeah, I mean, a lot of people were bearish on Bitcoin back here as well, and they thought it was going to come down and come even lower, and ultimately it didn't. So it's just something to watch for. Now, what I want to bring up as well, so we have the strength here in Bitcoin, but let's look at the altcoin market versus Bitcoin. So how are we going to do that? We're going to bring out this guy here. Where's the compare? I need to move this up here. And it used to be right there. We go. I moved it. And we're going to bring out the total altcoin. Let's see. Alt. I have it on here. So let me just see what it's called. Let's go to the bottom. And it is the... Oh, I was right, but I don't know why I didn't give it to me. So the crypto, that's the total. This is the DeFi, and this is pretty much everything else. So we could do this, and we can add it. Nope, it's not going to compare. Here we go. Perfect. It just gave it to me right there. That's exactly what I needed. And then I need the DeFi up there as well. Let's compare that.
Definitely fire how they updated that. I like that.
Yes,
you can just do that. I like that. Good luck trading view.
Yes. Okay, perfect. So what it is showing is the teal. Is that teal? I'm kind of colorblind. This color, I'm going to call it teal. I guess I can change it to whatever I want. Blue, make it easier for me. Dark blue. This is the DeFi market. And then this is everything else, basically, besides Bitcoin, I believe. So, and then we could really put Ethereum up there as well to give y'all some look, but we're not going to do that. And we're just going to keep it like this, take the volume off as well, and just see what we're looking at. So today, what we really want to search for is we want to search for when the best times the altcoin market takes off. Okay. And I think I might need to change the scaling of these. Let's see if I can do that on this. Nope. That's fine. Once I zoom in, it changes it to where I needed to go. Let's look at it on the weekly, because this is where it gets interesting. These coins in the altcoin market, they peak after Bitcoin. Okay, so that's number one. Bitcoin will make a retracement, and these guys will still significantly make a huge move up. Okay, look at this here again, the DeFi market, how much it ran up right here compared to Bitcoin. And let me just make sure this is on the right comparison chart, because that's something that needs to be, and it won't let me change the scale of it. So give me 1 second and make sure this is on the right scale, because I don't think it is. Or it'll just be easier for everyone to read if it is. So we go here, add total, and we'll put it at all total market cap.
Pop up.
It was because I was on stocks or futures, I think.
Yeah, it's because you're on futures.
Excluding Bitcoin. Okay, total market cap excluding Bitcoin. This is what we need. New price scale, and then that should be good. Okay, this is the altcoin market besides Bitcoin. That's what I need to see. Okay, so it follows it pretty well. You can see that, definitely. Follows it pretty well. Let's go into like a daily and see where we can find some, where they kind of might come off of the correlation a little bit. And here's kind of where I want to point it out, right? So look at here, guys. So the altcoin market is this orange, and then Bitcoin's in the candles. Bitcoin makes a lower high here, and the altcoin market makes a higher high. There comes a point in the market where the altcoins, Bitcoin, that people will sell their Bitcoins for altcoins. I just wanted to point that out. You can see how Bitcoin was going down, 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 and then it came up. And at this point, the altcoin market made new all-time highs. So yes, they came back and made, Bitcoin eventually, made new all-time highs, but the altcoin market soared here, soared and soared again. So there are certain specific moments where it is better to hold altcoins than it is to hold Bitcoin. Let's look at the Bitcoin dominance as well. So I want to see what that is, because that plays a role in this. Let's go into that right here. Okay, so you can see that the Bitcoin dominance chart is the candlesticks, and the altcoin market is the orange line. Okay, and every time it's pretty much inversed, right? So when you see the Bitcoin dominance down here at this like 40 level, 39, I guess technically, that is kind of the times where the altcoin market kind of peaking a little bit. Here, let's look at this a little bit. So we're down at this level, altcoin market peaks. Okay, we come back down at this level, altcoin market is peaked. Okay, when does the altcoin market start to bust out? Is when Bitcoin is kind of up here, really. So when Bitcoin dominance was way over here, that's when these altcoins were really good buying opportunities. Right now, it's not really, in my opinion. What this chart is showing, at least, is showing that in the past, when Bitcoin has been only with this low of dominance, that it's kind of a better time to buy Bitcoin than it is to buy altcoins. So I did want to point that out as well. Just even though we're going to be looking at altcoins, guys, right now might not be that cycle. It really might not be. But like I said, when Bitcoin dominance rises, when there's a top coming up in Bitcoin, there's going to still be one more pump in the altcoins. So I just wanted to point that out, something to keep your eye on, something to look at, definitely. And here's the thing. If Bitcoin dominance is on this uptrend right now, and we hold right here, and we make another pump up, what that's going to do eventually, it's going to rise the price of Bitcoin. And then we will see an opportunity to probably buy altcoins. Now, of course, you want to try to get in before. I understand that. If it does make a spike down, we definitely want to try to get in on some of these altcoins. But here's how we're going to we're going to time it out. Exactly
what the Bitcoin dominance is going to be at, like around 47%. I want to see what Bitcoin's going to do right there.
Right, I agree.
It's going to be definitely interesting. Because it's still technically, like, kind of...
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
It's definitely bearish, but lower time frames is starting to change that structure. But I'm interested to see what it looks like on a technical basis.
Right. um so this is kind of like the first bullish sign that we've really seen in the market for, guys, I don't know, since maybe this period, but this, when we looked back on it, this was the sign, kind of like, hey, we're about to make another leg down. So we could be experiencing this right here, but we're gonna play it as if this might, either way, it's great pricing, guys. This is number one, great pricing. Number two, Bitcoin's making this run up. There are some altcoins that have made significant runs up already. So here's how Wyckoff explains how to play relative strength. Okay, you find an index. Bitcoin is basically the index of crypto. You wait for it to shift structures, or you wait for it to show strength one way or the other. Ultimately, you want to find it to be trending, but we're trying to jump the gun, not early, but we're trying to position ourselves early in a market that is down 80%. So it's great. So we're waiting for it to come back into balance. And then once Bitcoin retraces down into here, or even if it does break these lows and come down even lower, that's when we're going to assess these altcoins. So we're going to keep Bitcoin up here to the left, and we're going to look at an altcoin to the right. And let me go ahead and do this. Not dark. Let's go there. And it's because that's how it feels. And then boom. Okay, so Ethereum on the right, Bitcoin on the left. Let's look at what we got here. I do not like the look of that, but let's look at it on the daily, because you'll really be able to see everything that I'm talking about on the daily. And why is it not giving me the same picture? Okay, perfect. We have the lows from the FTX scandal, and the market essentially, here's the lows from the FTX scandal actually. So the market made this extreme low in every market. Crypto market did it, every asset did. Okay, we have this low here. Let's take the MACD off. But what happened on Bitcoin is Bitcoin made a new low and Ethereum did not. So Ethereum is stronger and Bitcoin is weaker. And that's how that relative strength right there goes. So even though Bitcoin did give a really nice push right here, it's kind of showing the strength in Ethereum, as it didn't make a new structure low and it was trying to break structure here. So I like Ethereum, and that's how we're going to look at all of these. I like Ethereum for the next cycle already, based on this structure we're seeing. We did not break this low. Okay, we did not break this low, and so we have a clear structure point to play off of on Ethereum.
My bad. For Ethereum, what is the current the strength, the Ethereum market cap strength, like against the other cryptos, basically? Dominance. I don't know why I couldn't think of the word.
Let's see. It's still kind of stuck in that little range.
Oh wow! But it's still holding pretty nicely.
Does break out of this, which I personally see this coming probably to this area and then making another move to the upside. I just don't see
I like that.
buried.
I like that better. Yeah.
I don't think this is gonna. I think the dominance, if anything, in Ethereum is going to rise, and it doesn't need to rise much for this thing to take off, because right here is when it made its huge move, and that was, just the most insane run it's made, and it only went from 11 to like 20. It doubled, I guess.
Yeah, basically.
I think it could definitely do a move like this, just a straight up move, just like it did right here, kind of straight up, boom, all the way up to like 30, damn near, and that would bring it right into the structure, and that would send Ethereum up. I'm talking up. So, but it's all about how it gets, not really how it gets there, but how it gets there when Bitcoin gets to where it needs to go, because there's just no, I mean, there is a way, but the likelihood of one of these bigger coins moving in a major way by itself, very unlikely. Bitcoin's going to lead the way, and then some of these altcoins are going to murder the game, and that's what we're looking at so far. Ethereum is looking strong. So let's look at Binance coin. Binance coin is another one that when Bitcoin made its low or lower low, Binance coin did not. So here's another one that is stronger than Bitcoin right here with this higher high or higher low. And if it continues on, you know, if it, and these are the kind of scenarios, you know, you don't get to play these but once every 3 years, and you might be right once every 2 to 3 times. It's not even that super high probability.
Before you continue, I think this is a question that someone might have. What do you think of, like, okay, compared to how much Bitcoin has dropped in percentage, what about the other cryptos and how they have dropped in percentage? Would you still, what would you comment on that?
So most of the altcoins have dropped more than Bitcoin, and they always will. And the reason behind that is simply because of market capitalization. So it's not even like if you see a coin that isn't in the top 10 drops 10% versus Bitcoin dropping, like that's like Bitcoin dropping like 3 to 4%. You know, it's just because the market cap isn't there. So really, I base it off of structure more than percentage. The percentage is more for once they've equaled their structures out, or once their structures are similar, then I can compare the percentages more. But when a market drops 70% like it did plus, there's nothing even really to compare anymore. It's already dropped 70%. 80% isn't much different. 90% isn't much different. It's it's retraced a lot. You're getting the best price you'll ever get. So answer it, yeah, it's like I compare them, the drops, but we've compared the drops already in this bear market like hella. Now we're looking for them to finally turn around. But good question for someone who probably did have that question.
Oh, bro, I'm pretty sure someone had that question, like no doubt.
So if this can come down and hold 20%, and if Bitcoin comes down, see, this is making sense, right? So if Bitcoin makes a 20% move,
a whole lot of sense.
This is going to be making like hella bullish structure, and Bitcoin is going to be questioning breaking this low. So it's going to be interesting, guys. When when the market gets right here, and if it gets right here, these are going to be very interesting plays. XRP is probably, I hate to say it, but I don't know if XRP is, if any of these cryptos have their own agenda right now,
it's XRP.
It's XRP. and it always is.
Always will be.
And I've studied XRP a little bit, and to be honest, I know it's your baby, but really, if you're not like if you're not really ready to pull profits out of the crypto market, don't even invest into XRP, because when XRP pops, it almost 90% retraces 100% of the drop. So and we can just go back. Every single spike you see on the screen gets retraced. So
every single one,
every single time, and it does it on the higher time frames as well, guys. So if you're not ready to pull, if you're looking for crypto to hold for 5 to 10 years, XRP might be that. But if you are the type of person who can see 10x and then not pull it, do not trade XRP, because you will see 10x and then back to zero multiple times with XRP.
On me,
if you're getting in, maybe not right now 10, but you will see 5 from here.
Hey man, honestly, right now I'm still very close. Like, I'm only 2 cents lower on dollar cost averaging on XRP now. So it's like
XRP is
it's still in my very much buy area.
It's the only one that didn't make new all-time highs. Not the only one maybe, but one of the only ones that didn't make new all-time highs on this bull run here. And technically, this is sitting in a perfect level. Once this high breaks, it's probably not going to give much chance. It's probably going to do something like this,
digital,
and the price already doubles from that and then triples the next day. You know what I'm saying? So it's a great price, no freaking doubt. It's a great price. What would be the craziest thing is to see this low break come down into these prices.
Bro, if it gets back to like I remember when it was at 14 cents. If it gets back down there, bro, man, I gotta sell something.
Yeah, right. You just gotta.
I gotta sell something
crazy for that. So that's possible still on XRP, but the strength versus Bitcoin, it's not there
at all.
It's not there. So it technically didn't make a new low, so it is a little stronger than Bitcoin. But I think if Bitcoin makes this move down, XRP has a chance to break this low. So that's actually very another bullish sign in a bullish divergence scenario for XRP. If XRP gets to 20 cents while Bitcoin is still above its low of the year from last year,
I don't care. I gotta buy some.
That's a very bullish signal on a macro
If I can get 1,000 XRP tokens at 20 cents, that'd be fire.
Let's go here.
Let alone.
All right, let's see Cardano. And so far, my opinion, I think either Binance Coin or Ethereum is the strongest to against. Wow, so Cardano made a hella new low compared to Bitcoin. Let's see here. So yeah, this is not the one. If you're in these plays that I'm talking about, guys, these are the more for sure bets versus the 20 to 30x your coin. Do you want to know what coin you should invest in right now to 20 to 30x your coin? Any of them.
Honestly.
I've been in the game long enough now to where
you can say that with confidence.
I'm calling my shots on how let me put it this way. A lot of people are going to invest into cryptocurrency, and maybe they already have, and they genuinely think every single thing they're going to invest into is going to go up. They don't really know why. They are very emotional, and they are just in it to win it because it's at a good price. Okay, that's not the best strategy, but it's not the worst strategy. Once you're in the game for long enough, you start to realize that certain coins are just stronger than other coins. And it's all relative to the time, right? And you have to follow the market with that time. But I don't see the point anymore of just investing unless the market looks strong. It's the exact same way with a stock, right? When the stock market is very bearish, kind of like how it is now, people flood into the kind of safe haven stocks, the Walmarts, the Amazons and Apples, Googles, and stuff like that.
Yep.
And so, and those are the markets that they don't get hit near as bad. So we're still technically, and this is all part of the plan. It's a macro plan. We're still technically in a bear market. This is the first sign of bullishness. So the smart thing to do is to find the coins that are the strongest. So if this is a true bullish run, these coins will give true potential. Now, the coins like maybe ApeCoin or I don't know, a random coin that might not be in the top 50 anymore. ApeCoin might be, but some random coin that is a new thing, Web 3.0, or this new AI coin, those definitely have like potential to do 50x. They just don't have any technical potential yet. They have nothing to back up nothing. So it is more of a gamble, regardless of how much research you've done. It is just more of a gamble. Number one, because a market is created with market participants, not just a great technology. That you can't just have a great technology. You have to have people that believe in it, and then you have to have people that invest in it, and that's what creates a market. So it's better to just play the markets that are already here with people in them to actually trade versus these random guys. So that's that. Cardano's probably going to be one that we wait on, just because this push up, yes, it's nice. Yes, there's an opportunity. If you're a Cardano head, you might want to snag some down here. It did almost double, right? So these type of impulses up, right? Big move up. It did 71%, way more than Bitcoin. But check this out. When you zoom out, it's also dropped way more than Bitcoin as well. So that's how you have to look at when something is down. I bet this was close to 90% versus Bitcoin only being down like 80%, right? We looked at that. This is a 77% drop, and Cardano did a 92% drop. Yeah, so when something drops 92%, it's not.
Bro,
do not get these mixed up. This is
my god,
right? It looks like a crazy move. It is nothing, guys. So
that's nothing. What?
Just keep that in mind, right? That it really isn't much compared to what it has literally dropped. So don't get your hopes up too much on these cryptos just yet. Once we start to really see that sign, guys, we're gonna have time. A lot of the times these things will go woo, and then we'll give the biggest pullback you ever done seen, scare everyone. That's the real entry, and then we're good. Whenever the fear and greed starts to switch, because right now it's too much greed. I believe there's too much greed, but we're still playing it. We're gonna get a little greedy if it gives us good pricing, but we're not just gonna do something dumb. Okay, Doge has an interesting look, guys. So here's the thing. If y'all know me, I'm a Doge hater-ish. Like, I don't really care for the meme coin market per se. But this guy is in the top 10. He made it out the
mud.
He really made it out. So who am I to really?
Dang, Doge is still at 8 cents. That's even what surprises me too, bro. Is that with the pricing that it's still holding at, despite all of this, and despite I feel like Mark Cuban and them helped. I feel like
Yeah, they
Mark Cuban and
definitely
them
did.
definitely
They
helped.
them boys did help, and them boys are definitely still looking for this to go up. This is the cool thing about Doge. So it was making here's its all-time low. I'll mark it off right here, or not all-time low, sorry, but the low of the year, and that was not Bitcoin's low, right? But check this out: Bitcoin makes this lower low,
And even
and
Doge didn't.
Doge didn't. So even Doge in this is something none of the other markets did. This big of a move. None of the markets did that
Doge
big of a move.
actually really went bonkers.
So it did a 183% move. That is something to raise your eyebrows about. Definitely. That's not just nothing. It almost doubled. Quadrupled. What did it almost do? It went from 5 cents to 15 cents. Tripled. So it's still holding in this area. This is another one that I'm not going to invest in it, but I'm analyzing it for y'all right here live. And for the first time ever, Dogecoin looks not terrible, but I still think it'll make one more low. I think, here's the thing. I think there are certain coins that even though they did have this nice move right here, that are showing these strengths against Bitcoin, I still think there are certain coins that if Bitcoin network kind of drops like this, these guys are actually going to do a stupid.
Yeah,
crazy
Doge is
like
one
Doge
of those
looks
coins
like one of them.
that definitely, yeah, I can agree with that wholeheartedly. That Doge looks like the coin that if Bitcoin does get to that 18,000, that it might get to those equal lows.
Yeah, I'm seeing that possibility. Definitely. Let's look at Matic now. This is one of them that I'm really interested in because this structure is completely different. We have the all-time low on Bitcoin, and here is, or I keep saying all-time low, right? But it's just the yearly low. Here's the first sign where Bitcoin makes this insane move to the downside, and Matic kind of just, it was like not near as drastic here. And so that's your first signal of like, oh, Matic, you're kind of strong here. All of a sudden, we get this turnaround, big turnaround, and Bitcoin is just kind of turning around, right? So we have like this impulse here, very clean. Then Bitcoin comes down, breaks this low, while Matic literally does the opposite and makes a high on this day. So
literally the opposite.
Literally the opposite. Up, down. So that right there is the strongest sign you ever did see. And then we get this climb, and now we're getting this climb. So this is my number one altcoin besides Ethereum. Ethereum is just, I'm already stacked pretty good on Ethereum. I need to get a little bit not stacked pretty good. I need to get more Ethereum, but for this next move, I think I'm going to be looking to try to get some Matic, some Polygon. So it would look like this. So check this out. If Bitcoin, there's two options. If Bitcoin comes and it chills in this level and it does do this move and it doesn't come into these lows ever again, then Matic most likely will come straight into this level and then move up.
Okay,
so
I was about to say I think up. I was gonna say it probably might get to like 90 cents or 87 cents, but I agree it won't get past.
So it would do this probably.
Yeah,
and then if Bitcoin, but this is what I really want, because ultimately, guys, we still want Bitcoin to make another low. Like that would be the best thing in the world for everyone who is waiting to truly change their life. But no, waiting for a really good position to try to get these, and not many people will buy from here most likely, but we definitely will be. So if Bitcoin can just come down and touch the bottom of this like falling wedge or whatever you want to call this, come down in here, break this low, which would be equivalent to like these lows on Matic. If that does happen on Bitcoin, I do not see Matic breaking this low. Period. The end. I think this is the low on Matic. I'm stating that right here, right now.
Go to the weekly for me on Matic.
Even if Bitcoin makes a move all the way down to 10K, I do not think this low is going to get broken on Matic. So,
really?
Yes. So that
hold on.
means if Matic comes to 53,
I need to see Matic on the weekly. Okay, I got it. Damn. I can't argue with that. I cannot argue with that because
now, of course, it could very well stop up here. I get that, but that's like the whole market could do that, right?
Yeah,
the whole market could stop up there at that spot. But I would be looking for it to get up there. You know what I'm saying? Just that would be the move. This to this, and then I would be out of the market. I wouldn't worry, or not out of the market, but I would have enough out.
You would definitely be able to at least withdraw like 4 times your investment and not even scratch your head.
That would be 3 times your investment, but still. Like,
okay, never mind. Yeah.
Take some and let the rest ride for the bull run if it is there. So that's literally going to be. That is my number 1 pick so far. Matic, come down to 50 cents. I'll even give you 60 cents. I'll give Matic 60 cents. If it can get to 60, I would even be down for that. But I think that is the 61.8. I'll play the 61.8.
Matic is actually, and you know, it's even for a lot of these cryptos that I'm so down to play these 60, like the 61.8. Like I'm down to stack.
Yeah, on the macro,
you gotta be down to stack.
Yeah, definitely.
But okay, like 60 cents, I mean 61.8 even can get a whole bunch of my money.
Okay, Solana is looking very similar to Bitcoin, except it did not make as nice of a pump out. So it broke this low. We got the low break on Bitcoin. And then this continued to make lows. So Solana, the weakest so far, I would say. This continued to break lows as Bitcoin was starting to push up. That was actually that's a bullish divergence sign for Solana to like look for buys right there if you were paying attention to that, which we weren't really, but that's a good sign. You know, look for those signs whenever a big move has happened in a crypto, or even like a stock, right? If the S&P 500 is doing this, and then you start seeing a stock do like this, that stock is probably showing strength because the market looks bullish and this stock is going kind of sideways or bearish. It's giving you that possible risky entry, which that was a really good sign right there for Solana. But let's see. On this one, I'm going to wait. I'm not even going to touch it. I think, yes, it has this opportunity down here. So for anyone who is interested, maybe. But since it was so weak, it's probably going to actually slip through this low and make another low. Just
based off of how weak it is.
Yeah.
However, these are still amazing prices.
Amazing. You can't go wrong. That's what I'm saying. You really can't. Shiba Inu is literally the next freaking
Dogecoin.
Yeah. So it's back in prices where everyone wishes they would have bought a couple years ago because this thing did crazy numbers.
Dang,
let's see what this
came really all the way back down like this.
So this has the chance to go like 6x back to the all-time highs, and if it does make a new high, then that's where you're going to get that crazy, and it's going to make this look like nothing. If this goes all
Absolutely
the way
nothing.
up to here, it's going to make it look like nothing, which is what a lot of crypto charts look like. This would be a move where you would probably want to analyze Shiba versus what's this, Doge, and see which one looks the strongest. But to be honest, Shiba looks stronger than Doge to me.
Yeah, it does look
So
stronger. That's crazy.
That's something to keep in mind.
And Shiba still has
care
its
for
market
these.
cap, man. I'm still surprised.
That's crazy too. That one is crazier than Doge having its market cap. So far, Matic is the winner. Let's continue. Let's look at Polkadot. Now, this one to me is gonna surprise a lot of people. But let's look at the strength. We have this move here, broke this low. We barely break the low. Then we break the low again on Bitcoin. Then we kind of smash through this low. And now it hasn't really made the best recovery in my opinion yet. It needs to kind of get up above here, kind of like how Bitcoin got up above this level. So I'm not feeling Polkadot yet. It doesn't look like it's ready. It's just like all the other ones. There's definitely a shot down there, but it doesn't show the strength yet. Not just yet. Whoa. Litecoin, buddy. Litecoin has done a move.
Oh wow.
Good for Litecoin.
Well, I mean, actually, I kind of remember us talking about this last week, but still, I'm still amazed by it.
It has really done its move. We have this low here. We got that lower low. Yes, but then we got the lower low in Bitcoin, not the lower low in Litecoin. So that was the trigger here. And then once Bitcoin showed that it just didn't even want to go lower, that's all it took for this thing to go. Thank you.
Litecoin
boom,
really,
boom, boom.
Yeah, Litecoin did his thing.
And so one thing to watch for on these coins that are stronger. So Litecoin is definitely on that list as well. Let's do that. Ethereum was on it. Binance Coin, yes. Everything else, kind of need to wait a little bit. But yeah, one thing to note is when Bitcoin goes sideways like this, say it comes into this area that we're looking for it to get into and it starts to go sideways,
you gotta look for 72.
These are gonna rocket ship. These are gonna go.
$72 is my pricing for
does.
Litecoin. Dang, I can't believe I'm even saying that, but $72 is my pricing for Litecoin because it's looking pretty. Yeah, it's looking pretty good.
Yeah, so this one is
when it comes compared to strength of Bitcoin, it looks really good. Yeah,
definitely. That one's gonna be a good hitter, and even if. These prices aren't like we day trade them. These are literally like anything right there. I would literally if I wake up one day and have the money and ready to go, any of these prices right here, as long as Bitcoin is in a nice spot. It really is like doesn't even matter the price. It really matters about Bitcoin's price relative to these. I'm just giving y'all kind of areas.
Go back to Litecoin real quick. So basically what you mean, like let's say that if Bitcoin does get down to like 17,000, and let's say that Litecoin, instead of it being at 72, it's at 54 or 55, you're still buying Litecoin.
So that's where you don't buy Litecoin, because then it's showing that it's currently weaker than Bitcoin. And that it might not be wanting to roll down. You want to find the one. If Bitcoin's right here, you want to find probably Matic that is going to be sitting right here instead of
down there,
way down there.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yep. This is perfect. Glad you clarified that. For those in the chat, or not in the chat, but for those watching.
Now, Avalanche, I mean, man, this thing made a terrible move down.
I don't like the move it made up either.
not really ready too much yet. Let's see this comparison. It did make the same kind of structure as Bitcoin in a way. I'm waiting for one more move down on this guy. I think it definitely is not ready, but they have similar structures.
They
I'm
have
not gonna
similar
lie.
structure, yeah.
Not gonna lie. So pretty similar structure here. But if Bitcoin comes down here, this thing is most likely.
If I may ask, why do you not have volume on Bitcoin?
It was just, I didn't have volume on anything because I was just trying to make everything just like
Okay, just making sure.
out of the way.
Okay.
But I mean, I can't lie. This does have an opportunity here, and it'll be the same thing to judge the relative strength. Let's say Bitcoin has made a new low, and Avalanche is still chilling right here in this spot. That is going to show heavy strength on Avalanche's side. So, you know, this one isn't, I'm not going to highlight it, but I'm going to keep it on my watch. I'm going to put it at a different color, I think, because it's definitely in an area, and I don't want this. I want this to be. It's definitely in an area where, or has made a similar move as Bitcoin. So I like it. I just have to watch how the relative strength looks. Tron. Ew. Tron is very similar to XRP, in my opinion, the way it looks. It has a nice little move off of this right here, but it's going to be something that I wait on as well. For some, I just don't like the structure compared to some of these other structures that we've seen. It has
Tron
definitely held this low, but
Tron is an interesting one that is like, you know what? I don't want to sound like an ignorant fool or anything like that, but because of its pricing and this level that it's held at multiple times throughout the bullish run and the bearish run, I'm kind of like, okay, I can justify dollar cost averaging it once it gets a little lower. Yeah,
as Bitcoin never broke, or once Bitcoin broke this low here, Tron never broke that low.
Never.
So like on a huge, even bigger macro perspective than we've been looking at, Tron is stronger. So Tron is actually one of the strongest in the market, period, because it hasn't necessarily broken this low that was set in May of 2021. Every other currency has, or cryptocurrency has.
That's interesting, so, isn't it? Like that's
one thing to definitely keep note of. And honestly, if it does break through here, it's probably going to be a fake out, just straight up. It probably will be a fake out. So if you ever see this move on Tron, like, I don't know, in the next couple months, really, because who knows how long it could take. If you ever just see this type of move on Tron, just go ahead and buy, because this most likely is its yearly bottom, and it could easily just go do from there. And so that's one to keep on. I'll put it on another color as well, because it's not, the strength right now is kind of, or the price action right now currently is kind of ugly, but it will be one to watch with the macro perspective. And I don't know why I think the structure is kind of ugly. This is not as good to me.
It's just that daily, the way how it went up and then it came right back down instantly the same day.
Yeah, it just kind of has it's up sideways than just straight pump like Bitcoin did. But it's still very interesting how it held that level. No doubt. And the macro perspective on that joint is looking amazing. Uniswap is one I am personally I have just like a feeling on it. So I want to see how the technicals are really lining up here. Let's take this off and this off, this off. Okay, so we made this new low. Yes. here we get this move up instead of the move down. So that was strong here. I like that, but this move isn't too impressive in my opinion. So I'm gonna hold off on Uniswap. What I want to see on Uniswap for a big move, it's got to at least break this structure. So we're not even there yet. We don't even have to talk about it. Go to the next one.
Yeah. I think
This
this
one,
is
I'm
now
never
where we're
gonna
going to start
trade.
getting to interesting cryptos to talk about.
Yeah, I'm never gonna trade wrapped Bitcoin, so we're not gonna look at that. It's the same thing as regular Bitcoin, so
It's just wrapped, whatever that means.
it's just wrapped.
It's wrapped in freaking
Cosmos.
saran wrap, dude. Like, whatever. I don't even know.
Yeah, this one is an interesting one as well. Also, take note in how these structures played out. We got this first run up, and we make a way more higher high right here with this barely making this higher high.
How much
But as
percent
we
was that
come-
higher high that it made from that low?
This was another
Oh,
450%.
Interesting.
But this is what is really interesting is that Bitcoin makes this move and this baby retracement.
And
This
then
thing,
made it right
boom.
back up there. Wow, Cosmos. Okay.
That's something to watch for next bull run. When Bitcoin starts to get weak, like I said, the altcoins start to really run. And Bitcoin kind of is showing weakness in the dominance, but is also in an uptrend, so you can't really see that. I don't like the way Cosmos looks, though. Just I see the strength in it. I'm not gonna lie about that.
It's on some Tron stuff.
Yeah, it's just not the prettiest structures compared to what we've seen. But it definitely has a shot. Don't get me wrong. Link
Mr.
might
Link.
be Link might be one of the weakest, which is interesting knowing its fundamentals and how I do believe it's going to play a nice role in the crypto atmosphere. But nonetheless, we're getting on this move here. Okay, Bitcoin made this move right here sideways, and Chainlink was like, "Yo, I don't care. I'm coming down,
I don't mess
and then
with
I'm
y'all."
gonna go sideways." and so here's the interesting thing on this move down, big move down. We did not get like a huge move down right there, so that was showing its strength. Then this went flat as Bitcoin made a move down. That's showing intermediate strength. So this to me is like the most beautiful Wyckoff distribution accumulation, that I've seen so far with all the cryptos.
Given that it still can give you an opportunity, I would say, correct?
Well, this one just has the cleanest structure for the Wyckoff scenarios. So
Yeah.
one
So-
or two things is going to happen
Okay,
for us to be able to
I was
play
just
it.
about to ask you which
You know
one
what
do
I'm
you think
saying?
is going to happen.
And
But
I
you're
don't
about to
care
tell me.
which one happens. I'm either going to, when it drops though,
Mhm.
this one is the one. This one is like one of the ones that if this drops, it will be a
Fake out.
opportunity for a spring. None of the other ones have this pretty of a sideways range. So this would be one that if it drops, buy it wherever you can, because it really has the potential to just go straight back into the range. If you see this move, buy a pullback. Buy any pullbacks you can. If you see that move right
That'd
there,
be so fire.
that would be the most fire.
Or
The
price just like coils up.
Yeah, the second most fire thing would be for it to come back up into here,
Yep.
and then just
Coil,
to go
and
sideways.
then boom.
Then you could have a pretty good idea. Number one, breakout, or number two, if it does a move down, it's probably getting ready to just blast off. So Link is a good one on the list. It's gonna be
That's
put in.
uni.
It's gonna be put in orange because it is just different than all the other ones. It's a little different than all the other ones.
It is.
Leo is the ugliest price action. I can't look at this chart
That
for
looks
very long.
terrible. I mean, it's
So
holding
I'm
right
not
there, so okay.
Ethereum Classic. You, my friend, are weird, but we'll look at you, I guess, because it really has made like a weird structure.
Wait, when did it make that bullish move to the upside like that? On compared to Bitcoin, like what was Bitcoin doing when Ethereum Classic was making that latest bullish move? Like, go about, I don't know what month that is. I think it's in 2022. No,
it was right here.
No, not look at, not there. Here, I don't know why I didn't annotate. Go more to your right. Zoom out. I'm talking about this one. Yeah. What was Bitcoin doing when that happened?
Probably going sideways. That's what that happens when when Bitcoin goes sideways. That gives the altcoins
that chance.
Whichever one's the strong one, it gives them a chance to do the move. So it wasn't doing anything. It was going sideways, barely going up. The babyest strength ever. It gave
this one extra strength.
Same with this. Same right here, where we have sidewaysness, big pump. So when Bitcoin's weak or sideways, these guys are going to go hard. When Bitcoin is pumping like crazy, these guys are going to move up with the market, but they're not going to do as much unless it is the real bull run. Then everything is going to run. That's just how that works. But Ethereum Classic, hey, I'm not even gonna lie, it has better structure than Ethereum, regular Ethereum. This move right here is cleaner than Ethereum's move that it made. That's facts. This made a
damn.
It did a 267% jump up. That is massive. So, I mean, I personally am not an Ethereum Classic kind of guy, but yo, this one really does have a beautiful. It really does have beautiful structure in this right here. It's way below its 78.6, so it's definitely
still very much viable.
Man, yeah, that randomly looks really good, but I'm not ever gonna buy it.
Monero.
I'm gonna start going a little faster. All right, Monero, yes, it does have the strength versus Bitcoin right now. So Bitcoin has made these moves down here, and the whole time Monero has gone up. So Monero very strong. Actually, versus Bitcoin. I like the way that looks. I don't love. Actually, you know what? It does kind of have a clean structure as well, with it not even getting close to this low way down there.
And even the way it climbed up is not terrible either.
Yeah, this doesn't look bad at all.
Did it match all-time highs?
Yeah, it did similar moves to Litecoin, I think.
Yeah, very much similar.
Back to Litecoin.
Very much similar.
Similar waves right there, which is interesting because Litecoin is also one that has, this
same bullish
structure.
Interesting.
So that's.
Are they in the same ecosystem?
Thing to see where this goes. Let's go into whatever this one is, Tonacoin. It has to be bullish because how in the hell did it even get here? So when Bitcoin was making its lower lows, this guy was already starting its little uptrend. So good for it, but I don't know. Well, enough about that one. APT.
Yeah, this is where we're going to start getting into cryptos that we don't know too much about.
Yep, and this is, boom, we had this huge move up, and it was due to Bitcoin going sideways with a little bit of strength, and that just made this guy go, see ya. So... maybe if you know anything about Aptos, when it comes back down into this level, that is a good level to buy from.
Yeah,
definitely. It made a big 500% move. My goodness. So definitely maybe watch for this one, actually.
Got put on the map. Someone said, "Oh,
Promise.
that thing did 500%. You gotta pay attention now."
Yeah, that's something to pay attention to for sure. I'm gonna put this one in green. Bitcoin Cash has very similar structure to Bitcoin. Don't need to go over it.
Very similar. That's actually very interesting.
Same exact thing, pretty much. Whoa. Well, this one's extremely bullish. So whatever this coin is.
Oh my god.
Wow. Whatever this coin is, if you know anything about it,
let us know.
Let us know.
Because oh my lord.
This made a huge run up. Whoa. Okay. This one.
This is an interesting. Wow.
So this one did not make the new high, but
until
it's
recently
already starting its new high. So yeah, this is the strongest so far. Coin.
Wow, that is actually very interesting.
Like big time the strongest coin. So I don't know anything about it. I don't know if this is like a pump or something going on right here, but this thing has done parabolic numbers.
Even amidst the FTX scandal. What?
Yeah. So I don't know really what is going on this. Like Bitcoin made this huge drop down. Like I'm talking scared everyone. And when it did this coin was just chilling.
It was just chilling.
And then it said, see ya, retrace, see ya, retrace, see ya. What the hell?
That is
so this
interesting. We gotta look more into this.
But I'm gonna put an alert on this coin just because I don't know what the hell this is, but
it'll remind you to go look into it.
It'll remind me to look at that again. So
it'll remind you to look into it.
And I'm gonna put it in a completely different color too, just because it is on its own little world. Stellar
has disappointed me, Loki. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I'll be more than happy to buy it still, but
very much one of the weaker ones of the market. So kind of watch for that. It could be giving you like I'm the weakest, so I might have the most potential vibes, but at the same time, that's not what we're here for today. We're finding the gems that are already kind of showing their hand a little bit. ApeCoin. Let's see how ApeCoin looks against Biddy's last little bit. About the same. They look very similar. So not much difference here in ApeCoin and Bitcoin. They should roll together pretty well. Let's see. Let's get Bitcoin back at the top left, and let's see what near looks like. And very weak. So near's one of the weaker ones as well. It has just continued to make these lower lows, and this is kind of what we're comparing as well. So yeah, it's looking weaker than Bitcoin. We're gonna stay away from that one. Crow. Man, why does it keep doing that to me? Bitcoin, Crow.
Come on, Crow. Show me something.
I'm interested.
It's very weak.
Weak.
Very weak. Very
so,
weak.
Still waiting on Crow to kind of break some structure. And that's the thing. Bitcoin at least broke structure. It did break that EMA, right? This 50 EMA. So it's looking way more bullish than this guy. You know, this guy hasn't even given you one bullish sign yet.
At all.
Nothing. No structure break. It's actually underneath structure still like hella. So
Crow's still very weak.
Crow's not it yet. And having this 50 EMA actually on will give us another kind of point of reference.
Lakers need to start winning so Crow can get back up.
And that's facts. Filecoin.
Same thing. Weak.
I should have just put the 50 EMA on right at the begin with. Would have been a little easier to read. Weak. Okay, you don't even need to see if it's not above this 50 EMA. It's definitely weaker, obviously, right? If Bitcoin's above the 50 EMA and this is below the 50 EMA, come on, weak sauce.
There you go. There's a cheat code for you guys. Take notes.
cheat code. Okay, so here's an obvious strength. Okay, we're getting obvious strength in H bar. I believe this was one of the more bearish ones out of everything. Let me just see how much of a drop this has done. Yeah, so this joint really did a 93% drop.
You know what's up? I'm gonna be out of existence soon.
Yeah, so, but
I like how it's doing though.
The strength is there. It's good. It's probably maybe not stronger than Bitcoin, but at this point, Bitcoin is coming back into its 50 EMA, and this joint is already leaving its 50 EMA after like chilling at it for a little bit. So I'm gonna have to say H bar might have made the list for the strength. How do you feel?
It's definitely showing that it's stronger than Bitcoin, especially since right now at current time.
Yeah.
While Bitcoin was consolidating and now it's pushing to the downside, Hedera is going to the upside. So yeah, it's definitely like at that. We're gonna have to see what it looks like when Bitcoin retraces.
Definitely.
But definitely, you can add that to the list.
It's in that level where I'm gonna put it with these guys on the blue. Because it has that little bit of strength right here.
Yeah, you could show that it's cripping. Oh.
Come on. Okay, we're gonna get through these. Let's go to the next one, which is
right there.
And about the same as Bitcoin. Nothing special.
Zoom out a little bit more.
Let's see what this.
Yeah, it looks a little stronger.
A little bit stronger, actually. So. I don't know what this coin is. I don't think it's been around too long either, but it does have this
or
little
it's just been on the charts very recently.
It's got this up move, and Bitcoin made the down move, so it does have that same strength to it. I'm not going to put it on my watch list just because I don't know what it is yet, but it's definitely one that is stronger. So if you know what it is and you're waiting for me to get to that one, damn, why does that happen every time? I swear this is the last chart I touch every time. Vetcoin, I'm saying weaker. It's below the 50 EMA. Doesn't really have that clean of a look to me. So I think it has one more move down. Quant, interesting. So Quant made a bigger move up than Bitcoin, that's for sure. As Bitcoin was making this move down, Quant made this rather nice move up. So that, sideways Bitcoin, we had the bullish Quant, and now it's kind of in this area where I'm not loving it, but it gives me Matic vibes a little bit. So I'm going to show this, and then let's throw Matic on the left, and they have similar structures.
I was about to be like,
So you see
I prefer Matic. I prefer Matic.
Oh, I prefer Matic, but if Bitcoin makes a new low and this guy is sitting right here, that's a snag.
Oh yeah,
I'm putting this one on the blue team. Because and especially as we get lower down this list and they look good, that's when you can really watch for like big moves, like right here. Boy, Phantom. I'm talking big impulse off this low compared to Bitcoin. So Bitcoin struggled to break this structure while Phantom smothered it. I'm liking that strength right there. If it can come back down and hold while Bitcoin comes and holds, this looks like it's going to make a big pop. So that's a good one to watch for as well. I really like that look. Let's see what it looks like on a higher time. Yeah, I mean, this looks...
Oh, wow, yeah.
This looks really good.
That looks really good.
So, Phantom, you just got put on the blue team.
Crippin'.
This one is weaker, so we'll stay out of that. Mana is a little too weak, but I like the move it made right here. I like this impulse out of these lows. It was making dumb lows. Like it was weaker than Bitcoin at one point. Bitcoin kind of had this move up, and Mana was like, I'm dying, and then it finally gets this push out. So not yet has Mana showed me its strength against Bitcoin, but I'll tell you this. If Bitcoin starts to go sideways, I do think Mana has an opportunity to make one more pump, because that's what's going to happen if Bitcoin goes sideways. These guys are most likely going to pump some of these. But Mana's not going to be on our watch list. Neither is this.
I have no idea about
it.
I have no idea about the DAO at all.
Yeah.
Flow is way too weak. EOS,
sadly, too weak because it's below this 50 EMA. But I will say that on a macro perspective, it held these lows pretty well as Bitcoin made a new low. So but now it's showing that if Bitcoin does make a new low, this is most likely going to sweep these lows big time. So there was strength in it. I would have to wait for some type of structure for me to think that this is going to be a little bullish, at least for this game that we're playing here. Weak sauce. Sand has the same exact look as Mana, so they're right here. They have potential at that 50 EMA, but it's most likely going to hold. We'll probably see a move back down, sadly, for a lot of people. Terra Luna. Obviously, this is one of the saddest experiences in crypto history. But if you're looking at it from, comparing it to Bitcoin, technically Bitcoin made lower lows and Mana did not, or Terra Luna did not. But I would not even touch this with a 10-foot stick. So I don't know how it's even on the top 50. But
man, there's some people who still have faith in it. There has to be people who have way too much Luna that they can't afford to lose. So they're trying to make it somehow pump back at least to something that they can afford to lose it or something. I don't know. That's the only thing I could think of.
Right. This thing is too weak. Too weak. And you see how as we dipped down into the higher market cap coins, guys,
everything is starting to be weak.
They're weaker than Bitcoin. It's just straight up. Now, what that does tell you is that they, like I said, they do have more upside potential, but they also are still bearish. So the potential for if Bitcoin does make another low, and if Bitcoin drops, let's say 30%, these are dropping 50. Most likely, except the ones that we have pointed out that are already stronger. So that's why we're taking advantage of it. We're still in that bear market. We're still being cautious, but we're finding the strengths just in case. Weak sauce. We're going to go into the next one, which is KuCoin. Let's go over here. KuCoin.
I think KuCoin has some. I'm not too sure about this. Don't quote me, but I think they have some legal issues going on right now.
Yeah, they definitely do.
But they're very strong though. Wow. Like in the macro.
Well, it was in the macro perspective, I think they're still pretty strong. Just like Binance Coin is as well. Because these are technically they're supposed to be the leaders of the industry when it comes to the exchanges, but right now too weak. Helium, one of the weakest right here, guys. Helium is one of the weakest coins in the market.
It's so funny because people were trying to sell me on Helium so bad, and now it's just doing so terrible.
Definitely doing terrible. I think it's not a good buy, but obviously this is like my
the pricing is the pricing is the only thing that can justify this right now. It's only the pricing.
I see that once this thing starts to reverse you will be able to double your money so quickly, but you got to really wait, because look at this weekly candle. And it might just be, and I don't think it's done for, but these are like the really, like, this is a coin that people are, their emotions are getting insanely messed with right now.
Insanely.
So that's telling me that this is like maybe one of the coins to watch for. If it doesn't completely die, this has so much emotion in it that it might make a run. It's going to be interesting to see, because none of the other coins have people this emotional yet, I don't think.
Now helium is a perfect example of anger.
Yeah, and maybe even depression. Like,
yeah, anger and depression for sure. Like helium is definitely showing those type of vibes.
Yeah. This coin, though, I don't know what this is.
Holy moly.
I don't want to invest in it anyway, but it did a big move, and
Kyobi token, golly.
That was in 1 day, so that was most likely
that's a squeeze.
So watch out for that.
Watch out, that's a squeeze.
That is still below the 50.
I mean, hey, the squeeze literally brought GameStop back to life, so
right.
Not all squeezes are negative, I guess.
Okay, so this one's a little interesting because it has this like big pop right here, and that was inside of this right there, and we haven't quite yet broken that low, right? So Bitcoin made this low here. This was just like retracing, so we could really see, and this one I know for a fact, Decentraland. I think it's going to be a possible kind of like a trend coming up in 2023 or 2024, where creators and influencers are going to start to look for different platforms to go to.
Yep.
And it's just going to be a trend, I think. I don't know how much more to explain it than that, but this is a crypto that deals with that. So that's why I think it has potential. It has nice bullish price action, so kind of lines up. ENJ barely missing the cut here, not able to show its full strength.
Ooh, but it looks
breaking
good.
the 50 EMA.
It kind of looks
I will
good.
say, if it makes one more move down, I think it's a legit move. So if it does break this low, it's probably the bottom of that. The ENJ is one of them that's going to get used a lot. The graph, wow, we spoke about this and it has been moving since last week. So this one is just obviously giving great signs of strength here. One of the most recent ones that has really popped off. So this is going to be big time on the watch list now that it has given this sign of strength here, and a little change of character. So when it comes back down to 9 cents, I'm looking for this to possibly take off to this next area, which I do think all of these are going to be a really, really smooth play. This would be a almost 300% gain, almost 3x your money. That's just can't get too cleaner than that. All right, but yeah, this type of impulse after like of a falling wedge type move, I play these every time, almost no matter what. So I'll be looking for that retracement. Depending on what Bitcoin's doing, we'll see it probably end up doing something like that. Depending, and these should take weeks. It shouldn't happen next week. It should take weeks for this to happen. Stacks 2 week, quant strong. Okay, interesting.
Quant is interesting for reals.
This one looks exactly like the last one that I looked at. Oh, didn't we already look at this one? Quant QNT? Is that what I look at? QNT? Oh yeah, all right. I already looked at that one. Good. I was like, looks interesting. Gala. Gala has a little bit of a pop out right here, but it's still below this 50 EMA. So it's still a little weak, but it has recent pop right there. Just too weak to get put into the game. Dash is starting to show some bullishness. It's kind of an ugly, slow bullishness in my opinion. Doesn't stand out too much to me. Let me see here. It is breaking structures that Bitcoin is failing to break, so it's definitely showing some strength versus Bitcoin. I've never been a big fan of Dash, so if you are, though, it has a little bit of potential here. I'm not going to put it on the list just because it's a little sideways-ish. I guess it technically lines up with being in favor of the blue team, so I guess it deserves a blue team. 2 week, whatever that is. 2 week, whatever that is. 2 week Zcash. 2 week Story J, whatever you are. So we got a good list. We got a freaking great list to look at. Let's count them. We have, of course, Bitcoin is always going to be the number one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 13 out of the 50 have are stronger than Bitcoin right now. 13 out of the 50 are stronger than Bitcoin. And those are going to be the ones that we watch whenever Bitcoin does anything, right? We're comparing these altcoins to Bitcoin now, and whichever one gives the best opportunity, just like when we're trading the dollar. When the DXY comes into a certain area, we'll be looking for EU to move, right? It's going to be the same thing, but whichever one looks the strongest, that's going to be kind of the best opportunity at the time. So this was hopefully for everyone, this was a really good...
I enjoyed this.
This was really good, seeing the strength in when Bitcoin does move, when Bitcoin doesn't move, what certain altcoins do, when an altcoin even has potential to move, right? Because if Bitcoin is just going up and up and up and up, yes, the altcoins are going to move with it, but if you're looking for that altcoin to just move by itself, you're going to need Bitcoin to slow down and go sideways. Because that's when the altcoin market really has a chance. If people are just buying Bitcoin and the dominance of Bitcoin just continues to rise, well, people aren't going to be buying as much altcoins. It's just how it is. When the Bitcoin dominance gets to a certain level and people are like, okay, Bitcoin is worth too much. Where's the value in some of these other things? That's when there'll be another pop in the altcoins. But for now, we're waiting on Bitcoin to just get back down into our levels. Once it does, and straight up, this 50 EMA, it might hold right here, not too much lower, and make that move up. And if that's the case, we probably won't be playing any of these. But because we're not really a 50 EMA type, take a trade off of that, we kind of use it just for directional bias, right? So that's pretty much it for us today. AB, do you have anything you want to add, bro?
Nah, I have absolutely nothing, man.
Good stuff,
this was good stuff, bro. Thank you.
Yes, of course, bro. Thank you for killing it as per usual. Thanks for coming on, being with me, hanging out, giving your opinions. It literally, I don't do this stuff without you, you know. So
yes, sir.
I appreciate you.
All
right. We'll be back on tomorrow. Top-down analysis. It's gonna be lit. I want to get AB's inside before I even go on, just so I can really see what you're thinking too, because I like to know what you're thinking before I share my thoughts.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. All right, y'all. We will see y'all tomorrow at 8 p.m.